Today in reading, we are going to talk about verbs. And verbs, as we've been practicing, are words that show action. They're something that you can do. But today we're going to look at some special verbs that don't show action, but we need them in a sentence so that the sentence makes sense. The verbs we're going to focus on today are at the top. They are am, is, are, was, and the word were. Can you say those with me this time? Am, is, are, was, were. Very good. Those are actually verbs. And it says here the verbs am, is, are, was, and were do not show action. So we have to remember that they are verbs. They do not show action. They show what someone or something is or was. These verbs are forms of the verb to be. Now, that's tricky, but once you see these in sentences, you're going to see that they make sense and that we need them in the sentence to make it complete. So let's look at this first example. The verbs am, is, and are tell about now. So those verbs mean it's happening right now in the present time. So look at our sentences. I am a teacher. Juan is a teacher. Kit and Mac are teachers. So that means it's happening right now in the present time. The verbs was and were tell about the past. We've been talking about adding ed to show the past. But now we have two new words that make our brain think this happened a while ago. I was a teacher. Rachel and Sarah were teachers. That means it happened in the past. It could have been a day ago, a year ago, 5 years ago. We don't know. We just know it's not happening right now. There's a little more information with these verbs. We use am, is, and was to tell about one person, place, or thing. We use are and were to tell about more than one person, place, or thing. So this can be tricky, but if you have good listening ears and if you read things carefully, you're going to do great at this skill. We're supposed to choose the correct verb in parentheses. Remember, these are parentheses here, so those are our choices. We have to write the sentence and say the sentence for each verb. We're just going to read these sentences. So the first one says, the plants was or were healthy. And I circled the word were because notice the S on this noun. It's more than one plant. The plants were healthy. So that means this is the past. It happened a while ago. And my verb matches my noun. It doesn't sound right if I say the plants was healthy. But if you read really fast, you might take that S off as you're reading, and you might make a mistake and pick the wrong verb. So read carefully and read what you see on the paper or on the page or on your computer screen. The next one says, Dr. Carver is a hero to me. Dr. Carver is one person. So he is a hero. Dr. Carver are a hero to me doesn't sound right. So you need to check your choices before you pick the right verb and make sure you read it very carefully so that you're not taking off any letters or adding any letters to the words that are on the text. You are going to practice this. you need to read these sentences carefully and you will be picking which verb makes sense. After you pick your verb, you need to read that sentence again with the word that you picked and make sure it sounds correct. Take your time. You can do this, and I'll see you tomorrow.